And here we go. Obviously, I'm recording several of these at once. Again, did the makeup. I'm thinking of going with pink raccoon because it's just kind of cute. And I love raccoons. When I was homeless at one point, I had an encounter with a family of raccoons living in a dumpster at a place where I kind of camped out for a couple of nights. And they were really cool. Of course, at this point in time, being a trans woman and having already experienced a lot of what the world has to offer for trans women, uh, being outside or whatever, not going to do it again. I will definitely have to end my own life before I become homeless again on November 18th, I guess. So, whatever. Season 1, Episode 2, The Harvest. Master remains unimpressive to me despite it all from the beginning. Darla too. Those are actually two different comments that I wrote, but really kind of fit together very well. Honestly, if you're going to worship a god of any variety, I recommend Dionysus. Good guy. His maenads would kill male followers who hung out. Which is pretty cool. Okay, I get first series confusion, but none of the antagonists aren't carry even discounting knowledge of future threats. Okay, I have no idea what I was saying there. I get first series confusion, but none of the antagonists aren't AREN''T. None of the antagonists aren't scary, even discounting knowledge of future threats. And for some reason I said aren't. None of the major antagonists so far in the series presented have been scary to me. The Master just doesn't feel like scary to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've seen too many vampire things with actually scary vampires that he just kind of... I mean, for one thing, there's the inability to hide what he is. I mean, he's just kind of this Nosferatu-looking motherfucker. And a vampire that can hide amongst humans is just much scarier. I mean, it just is. I mean, something that you spot and you know that it's a vampire like that, it just provides you with more potential options for escape or defense than something that looks so human that you hang out with it in a bar for a few hours and get drunk and, end up drained in a gutter somewhere, right? Like the Ventrue tend to do. Sorry. It's like camp, but not fun. Willow hacking with her computer, 90s hacking. I do love hackers. I have not been involved in that kind of thing at all since I was a kid, working in Windows 95 or 98 or on Apple and just goofing around with my brother. And so I haven't kept up on what it's like nowadays, but even then the stuff, like the kind of stuff that you got on TV, was just so hilarious to us. Yes, Xander, you are inadequate, always. She jumps like 10 feet from standing. She's got to be pretty strong. It's about Buffy when she jumps over the fence, right? Because the principal's like telling her, you have to stay in school. Okay, And this is like one of the few times where she is shown to actually exhibit superhuman strength in a visually obvious way. She just standing jumps over like a 10, 15-foot wall in one jump, like it's nothing. Normal humans can't do that. But like at other times, she there's one point where she's chasing Faith, and Faith like bolts over this wall, and Buffy's like stops at the wall, and is like, oh, I can't keep up. And it's like, bitch, you cleared a gated wall in the first episode or second episode, like nothing, you know. I really don't like Xander. Rats. Oh, yeah, because rats again don't really scare me. Yay gods, the oldness of the actors is distracting. And yeah, especially during the high school period, it is hard to watch these clearly late to late 20s to early 30s people. And I know I'm one to complain about age, but fuck me. They do not look like they could even theoretically be in high school. They look like they would get arrested if they stepped foot on that campus. Have to hope the tediously bland camera work improves. Sorry, I can't help it sometimes. I did go to film school even though I didn't, graduate. And none of the people there who ended up making lifelong contacts in film and television have ever tried to contact me or, try and help bring me along with them, even though my freshman year screenplay was obviously turned into a TV show that made a lot of money and I got nothing out of it whatsoever. But whatever. Joss made Xander as his insert. This is where I started to fucking figure things out. Makes sense. Fuck them both. Because they're both sex creeps. Jesse the Vamp, a new level of pathetic. Yeah, I mean, neonate vamps, fledglings, whatever you want to call them, never going to be impressive outside of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which is a great game. You should play it. Laymass ending with zero surprise or tension. Luke is someone I'm familiar with as an actor, but I can't remember. He's like the first face for the Master's plan or whatever. I still can't to this day remember what I remember him from. It's like I just remember him as like a bad guy in so many things that none of them stand out. Oh wait, I get it. Everyone's a stereotype. I did write that at one point. That was clearly something that they were planning on doing. Will there ever be BIPOC people on here? Wait, see previous. Shutting up. Yeah, there's so few BIPOC people in the whole course of the show, and the ones that are either like at least partially antagonistic or die pretty quick. I just yawned. Sick of Joyce already. Certainly the Watchers have stuff in place for dealing with parents. Do they not have, okay, the Watchers seem to have vast resources. They're over in England living in basically like a palace. Do they not have some way of making sure that the mundane shit that people need to live gets taken care of for these slayers? Caveman brain. Yes, so why comply, Cordelia? Luke is lame. Black dude is first to die trope. Trying to figure out why I didn't give up on this show at this point. And yes, I rushed the last few there, but they were obviously not that important anyway. Season 1, Episode 2. With it.